Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to have our first look at the new 2024 Fujikura Ventus Black with VeloCore Plus. Now we're going to do what we've done with the other two models, the blue and the red, and we're going to do a versus. So we're going to get the original 2019 black, the TR black, and then the 2024 black, and just see how they differ. Now, technically, if we started out with the 2019 black, it was the most popular Ventus, probably still is actually, on tour, Ventus Black. Now, in the 6S, which is kind of what I use typically, it's about 64 grams, 3.4 torque. In the TR model then, goes up to 69.5 grams, and they brought the torque down to 3.2, and then, sorry, it was down at 3.1, and then the latest one, is 66 grams, and the torque's down at 3.2. So similar. Funnily enough, with the other models the same, the TR, it's the TR here. We've got them all here. But basically, the TR is the heaviest, but swing weight's the lightest by about half a swing weight point. Because the mass, they put more mass in the handle, which stiffened up the handle section. So I'm trying not to confuse you all with all this information, but basically from the 2019 Ventus Black, they use the same stiff tip in the TR, but they added a little bit of mass in the handle, okay? And so the TR is slightly stiffer in the handle section, right? The TR is slightly stiffer than the original. Now what they did with the 2024 black, so the latest one, they went back to the same handle stiffness as the original black, but they slightly stiffened up the tip from the original black. So if we compare from the original black, the TR is slightly stiffer in the handle, and the 2024 is slightly stiffer in the tip than the original. We're going to run them through their paces, see how they go. Today's driver is a change. We're going to use dark speed, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, I'm going to start, like I said, with dark speed. I've been using like a 10.5. Now last year with Aerojet, I was using 9. This is just dark speed X, it's not LS or anything like that. But I have found this dark speed to be so low spinning, I've been able to use a 10.5. The 9 I can't even get in the air. So I would dare say a 9-degree dark speed with a Ventus Black's a pretty bad combination for me. I'm going to continue to run with Pro V1, right, as my ball, only because I did the last tests with the red with the Pro V1. So it'll give you some sort of point of reference, I suppose, to compare. Again, it's probably not where I'd be with this combo. I don't hit black historically that well because it is quite stiff, and I like a little bit of extra flex. So I've got loft with the 10.5, but I've got lower spin with the Pro V1. We'll start with 2019 Ventus Black, see how we go. Like I said, I haven't got huge ball speeds out of it. I mean, the last video I got up to like a 159 ball speed with the 2024 red. So we'll see how we go with the black. It feels, I mean, the thing feels firm. It always does. But that firmness produces stability. It feels very, very stable. I don't feel like I've got to manipulate too much at all. Good start, but 2200 spin, 146 ball. I need 100 miles an hour. As we know, I'll start with the... Oh, it feels good. Ventus always feels good. like I say, extremely stable. Probably, you know, maybe this little bit of extra loft in the dark speed might make this thing go quite well. Good solid start. 21, 150 ball speeds, that's pretty good. I've got to get my pace up early, otherwise I don't do these first shafts any justice. It felt like it was out of the neck, so if that one spins up a little bit, I wouldn't be surprised. Actually didn't spin up much at all, to be fair. 2400. Low heel, typical miss. 3 not bad drives. It's worth noting, a lot of these heads these days are quite heavy. I try to smash that and it's pretty good. It's going to go a little left, but that's okay because I'm trying to get the speed up. See how far I can hit it. It does feel very stable. It doesn't feel like it's going to get out of control anywhere. So it spins below 2000. Good carry. 8 up. I mean, is that me subconsciously knowing that this thing doesn't get in the air? I'm trying to get some launch out of it. And that's trying to keep it down. I've necked it a bit. So typically when shafts are a little too stiff, you know, the misses a neck. Like such. It's not a bad miss. I'll hit one more. I'm at 104 now, which isn't bad. So I can get a little bit more. Just trying to get a feel for this. There's not a lot of flex in it, to be fair. You kind of get, that's a nice drive. Kind of get what you get, you know, like it doesn't feel like, you know, I felt like that was a pretty yuck swing and I would have expected to go pretty hard left, but I suppose the stability in this, you know, doesn't really allow it to go left. Like I was saying with the dark speed, I've actually, you know, in the front, it's only got like a 12 and a 3 gram option. Cobra are good enough to give us some fitting kit weights, and I've reduced it to an 8 gram weight, which brings the swing weight down to about D2, quite light. But I've been using it on the course, and I like the lightness, you know. All these heads are quite heavy, like I said. That was a little high on the face, and so she's popped up in the air a bit. But these you know, these new drivers can get pretty heavy. So I've decided to take a little weight out of it, you know, and see how that goes. And so far so good, to be fair. So I'm going to swap this out. I'll put the TR in and see how it goes. Okay, so next I've got TR Black. It's got this beautiful weave in here. It's also gloss. It's a little bit speckly for you guys that haven't seen it. Little weave at the top. I'm not sure if you can see that. See the pitch fibres in there. Almost looks like a snake skin, really. Looks awesome, actually. There's a little bit of glistening going on. This is the heaviest one, 69.5 grams. Original 64. But the weight is more towards this handle end. So, you know, that's why it's not a counterbalance shaft, but its swing weight's a half a swing weight lighter. So this is only like a D1.5. D1.4 to be specific. And, you know, like I've said before, it's so stiff in the handle that I fight with this one. I really fight with it. So I'll see what I can do. That's a huge miss, low heel. She won't spin up because it's so stiff. I'll see if I can get some out of the middle, but I have not had great success with this. It is a very stout shaft. For the aggressive guy, you'll usually get, or girl, you usually get a little fade in it. Oh, smash that. Like that felt like as good as I could get. Nice high draw, I love that. 150 ball speed, I think. Let's see where it's at. 150. It was right. It was pretty close to the center. It's right up next to the other one. But I can feel the stiffness in the handle. I can feel the funny thing is, and I've spoken about this before in different videos, I can feel the total weight is up. I can feel the total weight, but also I can appreciate that the swing weight is down. So I can feel like the weight of this one is in the handle. Hit that pretty good too. It's a nice drive. There is plenty of launch, so when I've run the two side by side, I mean, that's hit right out of the guts. It's very high. 15 launch is a little bit too high, but what I've found is that the stiffer shaft will maintain the loft of the head and will often go higher for me, whereas the red will come out a little bit flatter, which I like, rather than the black just popping up in the air. Now, it's supposed to be low launch, right? It's supposed to be. And I can get it to launch lower. But I think also in trying to make the thing flex, I am probably hitting more up than what I normally would. And I'm just trying to get some flex out of it. I'm trying to get some feel. I'm 6.8 up. 151 ball, so the ball speed's okay. The drives they've gone pretty well, to be fair, but it does feel, it feels stiff. I'll try and get this one. That's a lower launch. It was hit a little bit low. Try and not hit up like 50 million degrees. But, then I neck it. So I do fight with this one a little bit. It's stiff, it's very stable. It's a beautiful shaft. It's just not for me. I'm not a TR Black guy. I like to hit a little drawer. Not that this is not producing a draw, but like I say before, when the thing gets too stiff, it's quite difficult to middle. I'll hit one more because I'll probably only hit one of them out of the center, to be fair. And she went pretty high, but one of them went really long. So again, I probably wouldn't have missed many fairways. This one's been very straight, but I have kind of warmed up a little bit. 105 there, but I'm just not getting, because of the strike, I'm not getting the, oh, that was hammered. That was hammered, right? I shut the face down a little bit. I got it good. It's going to have a good, it's probably going to miss every fairway in Australia left, but that'll be some pretty high ball speed. 149, I feel like I smashed that. 4 mil toe, 4 mil high. Low spin. Just not getting the ball speed out of it, to be fair. Okay, lucky last. New Ventus. Matte finish. It's not grey, but being matte, it gives that almost grey look to it. I like it. I think it's good. It's very smart. Matte. Some people like matte, some people like gloss, but this is the matte version. Immediately doesn't feel, I'm going to give it a little waggle. Doesn't feel as heavy, which it's not as TR. In theory, it's just a little bit firmer in the tip with the new VeloCore Plus, so compared to the original. We'll see how it goes. So that's low on the face, but I could feel it had a little bit of flex, more than the TR for sure. See, low toe with 150 ball speed, so that's quite nice, isn't it, really? A poor shot. I'm still hitting way up, but I still feel like that's the shaft that does that to me. It's another slightly heel side miss, but another fairway hit. I like this, feeling better than TR for sure. 150 ball, 2-3. Again, it's a big miss. Like I said, and I've said it a few times, I'll say it again. I'm not suited to Ventus Black. It's not for me, right? It is a great shaft, potentially their best shaft. It just doesn't suit me. I'm not that aggressive. I don't produce a lot of spin. You know, I've got a 10.5 head here spinning at 2300, so it's another heel miss. I think this thing will go awesome if I could center it. Like I say, she's just, it's too stiff for me. You know, I don't need a reduction in spin. 152 ball. So, you know, is that potentially the fastest of the three? Am I getting faster? 105? I mean, at least I'm getting 152 out of 105. I haven't hit it the longest yet. The others have gone slightly longer. But again, I'm still missing it, right? So let's try and rectify that. That was better, but it's still low. It's still low. This is probably, you know, it's feeling similar to original black. It's a big hook. That's why it's got 154. It hasn't gone great. Low spin. Again, so not, you know, this is not a shaft that a little bit closer to the middle but that time. Okay, so that's hammered. I feel like I got that one good. I didn't try to go too crazy business on it. How are we going there for digits? 152, so ball speed's up. 2000 spin. Much better strike, 104. I mean, there's no way I'm going to get near that 159 of the 2024 red, that's for sure, but you know, the red I'm able to center a little bit better than these things. But that was a nice drive for sure. Oh, that's hammered. I've got nothing more. Nothing more to see here, people. There's nothing left in me more than that. 153, 105, pure drive, 2-1. That's hit as close as the face I can get. Still 6 up, you know, like it's still this black making me hit up. Must be the shaft's fault, eh? Could never be the player, surely. That's got my ears pricked up a little, so that's quite good. See if I can do better. I'm at 105. See if I can... Last week I snuck it up to 107, whenever it was, a couple of weeks ago. That's it pretty good too. Maybe a smidge heel side. Maybe just a smidgerama. I mean, you know, this is the last one, 153. 106 club, so I mean, I'm getting warmed up, but yeah, see, smidgy in the heel. Pretty good. She's flat, 28 meters, that's flat. Definitely flat. I mean, it does what it's supposed to do, right? My angle of attack was only 5.5 up then, which is kind of almost like hitting down for me with this. So yeah, it's coming out, it's doing what it should do. Feels great. Just stiff, you know, like it's a stiff shaft, like black profile. Oh, that's a big flat hook. That's me. Blame the user. That's a user error right there. That's lazy business. That's a bad swing. You know, spin drops. Just face was close, 3 degrees close. The shaft ain't gonna save me there. All right, we'll go one more. See if I can get a nice, good number. Yeah, hit that good. I got it out to the right. I mean, I'm turning these over. So, oh, see, that flag's out at 300 yards. That's pretty central, isn't it? 153, 105, 2000 spin. Smidgy toe side, 31 peak height. We'll have a look at these figures. Okay, so as you can see, 2024 had the highest ball speed here at 152. But I was more warmed up. You'll see the club speed's up. It launched a bit lower. My angle of attack was probably better by then. So quite low spinning at 2-1. You'll see all of them are very, very consistent in their spin delivery. 2024 at 240 average, which is a good average for me. It definitely is. There's no problems with that. You'll see that they all were left of centre. Now, I say that I struggle to turn over these blacks because they're stiff, but I was, while I'm testing, I'm kind of almost flipping at it to try and get the thing to flex because they're so stiff. And that's why they've gone left of centre. So I couldn't really make my natural swing because I'm just trying to generate some speed. You'll see here with the club data, the TR was the least efficient, right? And I'm certainly on the 2019, I was only at 102.7 as opposed to 104.6. So that equates for some of the ball speed and the distance difference. But having a look at the strike location, I've always battled with TR. It is just too stiff for me. And it's perfect for the person that wants something really firm in the handle, that's really aggressive, that wants to keep spin down and doesn't want it to go left. Now, it's only gone left on me, like I said, because I'm kind of flipping it because I'm kind of trying to get it to flex. Now, 2019 was still a little bit heel strike and low, but then 2024 was better. Now, is that me getting used to it? Is that just, the right handle and tip stiffness that enabled me to hit it in the centre? I certainly like the feel of the 2024 series in all of them. I think they're an improvement on the 2019 for sure. And certainly, looking at the dynamic loft, I had the lowest dynamic loft with the 2024. So, and it definitely, looking back at that ball data, it was lowest on the peak height. It's just slightly lower than the others. So going back to table, if we look at 2024, 2.1 that's bordering on too low. It's only 12.9 launch, which again, a low launcher, which is good. That's what it's supposed to do. 36 land angle, which is too flat. 29 peak height. So, like I say, when I get on the golf course with these, it's a little bit different story. Okay, so what do we think? Just as the stats or the specs would say, 2024 is slightly stiffer in the handle than 2019. So I like that. If you're after that, a little bit of stiffness, then the 2024 is fabulous. They're getting higher ball speeds, which is another great thing. It is not as stiff in the handle as TR Black. So there's 3 different models. They're all different, subtly different, and you'll find that one suits you more than the other. Now for me, when I take these onto the golf course, I know they're stiff, I know they're going to go flat, so I try to lift them in the air. I end up hitting them high. I don't get great results because they are stiff. And again, it's just, they're not for me, right? I play the reds. I've actually been playing the blue lately, and it's pretty amazing. 2024 blue I played on the weekend. That's another story. But anyway, get out and try them out. Great shafts. Ventus Black, probably number one worldwide for the last 4 or 5 years. So check them out.